Hello, fellow faithful. It is Bulldog here, the world's greatest silver analyst, joined by Chris. We're back for more Nightmare after what was unequivocally the worst game of League of Legends I've ever seen, played by a professional team last week. Or, well,
At
not
least
last
in
week.
season 11. Keep in mind, people were really bad in season 3.
I started
Oh,
watching season like 4,
that's
so
fair.
that was terrible. My hope is dying. I have run out of hopium and copium.
Fair. EG banning Lee Sin seems troll. Feel like you just let them play it. Maybe I guess if it's gonna go jungle, it's
It's gonna
slightly
go
better.
jungle to them.
Yeah. Callista makes sense.
Yeah,
CLG really seems to want to pick it, but I'm not
yeah.
100% sure it's like great. Vigo Thresh, Rek'Sai. I
Interesting.
guess it was banned last
Yeah, it
week, something
was.
like that. And they're gonna pick it. I kind of, mm, I don't know.
Yeah. I
It's
don't.
really strong early, but it's
Yeah.
really, really weak not early.
And the champions you've picked it into here do pretty well against it. Like
Oh,
Diana.
it seems good into Diana because you can just like right click on Diana or attack move, and you'll cancel her dash with like when you're burrowed.
Yeah. But
Pretty
Rek'Sai
bad.
isn't really played defensively like that anymore.
Yeah, I feel like it's just good against Diana. Set doesn't seem great, and
Set,
picking it
there's like
super
nothing
early.
you can do against Set as uh, Rek'Sai.
If your E pulls you out of your tunnel, it'd be really frustrating.
I don't know if it does, but like you can get like two autos off before you get stunned by E, and then when you go for like the true damage or the ulti, Set just presses W and negates most of your burst.
Yeah. I don't know how that matchup would go in theory. I think it's good against Diana though. Makes sense, like that'd be good there.
So the banning LeBlanc tells me we don't want to play Lissandra, which means are we just gonna lock in the Rise? Rise would be an awful pick here. No front line for the
Yeah.
mid range, no mobility champion. Okay. The Lucian is an interesting pick there because that gives Rek'Sai a much better target.
I mean, Trist is already a decent target.
Yeah.
You can cancel jump, and then a lot of times if you're strong in Rek'Sai, you can just one-shot her. This is like full dive from CLG, but
Yeah.
diving into a set feels terrible, and diving into Diana is kind of questionable.
Yeah. I almost would have liked a Braum here because I feel like
Yeah.
Braum with the Gwen is can just be disgusting.
Yeah.
But oh god.
Weird.
Well,
Azir is like
FF.
super on an island. Yeah,
That
he's left
that that is just a
totally alone.
terrible pick. Holy shit.
I don't
Pobelter can't play it. He's
I don't know
really,
how
really,
Azir
really bad at it.
how does Azir take these fights? Like
And there's
one of the most
no.
frustrating parts about Azir against Set is you can't like actually keep him away from you, because once he ults you, like his ult makes him unstoppable, so you have to like let him land, and he basically does all of his damage then.
Yeah, and Azir is not
From
really a go forward champion.
with two auto attackers. I mean, it can be.
Yeah.
I think you have to go Zonia second, and you have to be a man. But
This is Pobelter who kicked
I
like
mean,
twice
yeah,
on a 40-minute Lee Sin game.
And also like it, I don't know. I think if you want to play like engages here, you got to be pretty confident.
Yeah.
I don't think Braum has like, I guess Braum is good with two, basically four auto attackers.
Yeah.
Diana's not like a super auto attacker, but a little bit.
hmm
Obviously set and the 280s are.
she gets a bunch of attack speed from her passive. You rush Gnasher
Yeah.
Tooth a lot of the
Uh,
time.
I don't think in
It
pro
depends on
play
the
anyone's rushing
person.
Nasher. In pro play, no one's rushing Nasher. Everyone's going Rocket Belt into Zonia. You
The
need
first
Zonia too
game
much in
from
pro play.
Closer, when he first broke it out, he rushed Gnasher.
Really?
Yeah,
I've basically only seen Rocket Belt into Zonia.
he was
It
also
looks,
incredibly fed,
yeah,
so he was kind of the hard carry.
fair
If
enough.
he,
I think that build makes the most sense. So Rocket Belt gives you an extra
yeah,
little bit gap close, and then Zonia you need so badly because you're just in there.
yeah.
Exhaust
I
makes sense against Trist and Diana, I guess.
I don't
You
think it's
can
gonna be a rocket belt from Sven because I don't think you go Conqueror with rocket belt. I think you go uh, Omnivamp item. I can't think of it.
Riftmaker.
Yeah, Riftmaker
I
with
guess,
Conqueror.
yeah, you can go Riftmaker.
Also,
Riftmaker.
Brox.
I still think Sonya's
Oh,
second is just
oh,
automatic.
Brox is gonna go the new Stridebreaker on Rek'Sai. Okay, that.
Probably, yeah.
Also, was Nocturne up? Nocturne's like
Mm,
super good right now.
I mean, he's like the highest win rate champ at every role he's played in
Yeah,
solo queue. I don't know how good he is in top play.
I
I
wonder
assume
if I
still
can
fine.
like just look. I can't tell. Oh no, CLG banned him. I
First rotation? Like first
yeah.
phase? Okay.
What's the timer on you? I jumped back a little bit and then forgot where I was.
27, 8, 9, 30, 1.
Okay, I should be even with you.
Wait,
Brox
he
is
didn't
clearing his
start a
wolves
buff.
right now.
Wait, why'd Finn flash?
To all in level
It,
one him.
that's not even close.
That
That's not even close, dude.
yeah.
that that's really bad.
He does zone him quite a bit out of the lane, but
I mean, kinda. He has
Impact
Dolan
just
Shield.
naturally heals so much. Just
He's
Set
set,
has the
and he
highest
has
base regen in the game by
and
a
he has
large margin.
freaking Dolan Shield.
Yeah.
That was terrible,
Yeah. Brox's pathing
honestly.
is also like weird. I guess it's difficult to track, but it's not very efficient.
Like now they're even in HP,
Yeah,
and he
and
doesn't have flash.
Impact is effectively ahead. And
Uh,
the moment
gosh.
Broxa shows here, Finn is probably dead. Yep, Broxa showed. Impact should be all. Once he gets level 3, should be all in him. He was able to push the wave enough so he doesn't get all in. But yeah, they didn't get much out of that. Well, Finn is probably just dead here.
Why is he here? Oh, he's dead.
Yeah,
What was he doing there?
I don't know.
Like, he went to go check that the person who is most likely there was there?
He was trying to get a cheater back for a little bit, but
But why would you back in the river? Like, you know that's
yeah,
where Diana is. You know that's where she is. And now, like, top lane is screwed. It's,
yeah,
like,
you
frozen against him. He teleported back for nothing currently. Still has no flash. And now, like,
It's just incredibly far back.
Broxa's like, Broxa has to play top lane just to, like, not let top get rammed.
That was a well played trade, but Impact can just back and
Impact still has
TP if he wants.
teleport. I guess it's pushing back into Finn now, so it's not the end of the world if he can
Yeah.
keep it frozen. But it was very bad.
Are they just dead? Yeah, they're just dead.
That was a good hook.
Yeah. Smoothie just fucking smurfing.
Yeah, Smoothie played that super well. Turtle should leave. Turtle should be basing. Turtle
Are
should
they
not
just
be
both
walking
dead?
into this bush. Why is Turtle walking into this bush? Dude. Why? You were gonna back
God,
anyway.
that's what I do as a tilted gold player.
He should have known that that was.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know what Rek'Sai can do for the rest of the game. Like they had like a path created where he started wolves,
Mm-hmm.
and there was like something
That was
interesting there.
that was clever pathing. That
Impact is like fucked here, right?
no, he has
Impact should
flash.
die. Impact should die. He is so dead. Why isn't Finn collapsing? Collapse on him! Collapse on him! Quit farming the wave! What do you mean? Your jungler had flash. What do you mean?
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah, that was so
god.
slow in the rotation. Finn is
He is just
playing like he
tilted.
has he has the mindset that he has to 1v9. And so he's doing stupid shit. And he's
He
being
just has to be so
stupid,
tilted.
just super selfish.
Impact was so out of place there. That should have been like an instant collapse, and jungler absolutely should not have needed to flash. But I still think it's just so hard. Rek'Sai is just so much less useful than Diana without like an early lead, and
Yeah.
Diana actually has the lead instead, which is really bad. Belter's playing this matchup decently. This isn't
Yeah.
like the freest Azir matchup, but
Yeah, Pobelter
I
can
mean,
lane as
pretty
Azir
medium.
just fine.
Pretty
He,
medium.
he can survive any lane, but he does not know how to team fight in the slightest on the champion. And it's just awful. So
I don't know. Like he's up half a level here, which is pretty good. I don't know what he got all the XP from.
I like that Brox is like pulling out like unique jungle picks and whatnot.
Yeah, no, I like
And like they've
for
been
his
pretty
like
useful.
as down as I've been on Broxa for like the last I don't know 6 months
Mm-hmm.
to a year. He's like played. I'm not like super tilted by his play most of the, at least
Yeah.
most games.
Brox and
Been pretty
Smoothie have
fine.
played just fine
Yeah,
during like this. Well, like yesterday
just in
they
general.
were fine. I, I guess Brox had his pathing was pretty bad yesterday.
This is a really good angle.
Yeah, this is one of the things that like one of the angles that Rek'Sai allows you to have that no other champion does. Would be really nice to have your Rek'Sai's flash here, but
Yeah, I think it's still a kill. Surely, Gwen does too
probably.
much damage. Yeah,
All right, we have all of
like
our eggs in the Finn basket here.
this is theoretically what it should have been,
Hmm.
but like Finn is playing so bad. Like I feel
Yeah,
like this should be like a top lane smash kind of game, but he
yeah,
played the early game so bad. He's just like strong now.
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there is an idea there that wins, but
Oh my God,
eh,
Sven is so strong.
and he's gonna catch this whole wave. He's
Yeah,
so powerful.
it's gonna be the battle between who can carry Sven or Finn, and I'm gonna put my money on Sven.
Pretty reasonable.
Yeah, especially since well the champions around him, well mainly the set versus the Rek'Sai. Set is far more useful when behind than Rek'Sai is.
Yeah.
How Finn's playing like these interactions is actually super clean because he's dashing out of the range. When the W starts up, he dashes out of range, then presses W, so the circle spawns and it cancels the damage from the set. That's like so well done. All right,
Yeah.
you should have Finn's teleport up here. Oh, Broxa is trailing well.
If they know the set teleport timer, this is a good play to go for because it's like 10 seconds. But if I
Yeah,
they don't
they're
appear to
just
be as
dropping
confident
Rift.
in the timer.
That's well played by
They have a
EG,
ward
knowing their
behind.
minion.
They could have double teleported behind and made a play.
Poe Belter couldn't have without losing like his entire tower.
It probably would have been worth it. You have to get something going. Maybe you think Azir can like scale into the mid late game, but
Yeah, that's a
I don't
bad
know.
player to be relying
I
on.
I I think that my assumption is they didn't know the teleport timer because if they knew that Impact's teleport was still like 20 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever it was, that was such a good angle. They had the
Mm-hmm.
ward behind and everything. Like Azir coming from behind, having Nautilus to engage, having Kai'Sa to follow, and then Gwen would be right on top of everyone too. Like that was a good. I think you kind of had to go for it because now like
Yeah,
they get the dragon, they get bot tower anyway. Like they're losing so much. You're gonna get another kill top lane, but doesn't
maybe.
matter. Yes, surely.
Right,
Rek'Sai's
that's well
really good
done.
at diving towers. Yeet. Like this is the way this game was supposed to work. Like Rek'Sai just like stomping a lane and getting super far ahead, but
Yeah,
just feels so doomed.
God. If we had something different in the mid lane, I would feel much better about it. But uh, I don't think we have a chance of winning when Pope Belter's on his ear.
Um, I guess.
Unless if he magically learned how to play the champion from last split to this split.
I don't know. Their bot lane is just so crushed.
Yeah.
Just so lost.
Part of that is uh, Diana just being able to go where she pleases.
I mean,
Part of that stems from mid lane being constantly pushed in.
yeah, but Lucian's just going to do that for like a lot of the game. I mean, if Lucian has flash, he can just play like an absolute goon. But Like, it's really hard for Azir to get the push until he has at least a full item.
It feels like we just drafted ourselves into such a big hole.
I don't feel like the draft is even inherently that terrible. I just, you have to, you
Yeah.
have to, I think, again, that play bot lane when everyone on EG was showing up and you
Mhm.
had double teleported to one. I feel
Yeah.
like that had to be the angle. Like you might lose mid tower, but
Yeah.
like that's your only way back into the game. You have to stop the Trist. Trist is so insanely strong right now, and there's just like nothing you'll ever be able to do against it
Yeah.
because like they just won't op into a fight unless it's like on their
Hmm.
terms, and they just don't have to because you're
And,
never threatening Soul.
and you can't
I guess
force
you
them
could
into a
threaten
fight.
Baron. Like if EG just controls Baron area, like you can never like you have to just find really lucky picks basically.
Hmm.
Good lord. It's up 1500 gold on Kaisa. Peltzer can probably start getting the push, but now it's scary enough because like no one's like stuck in their lane at all. Like there's
Hmm.
always gonna be Sets and Brahms showing up.
Hmm. Diana's and
Yeah.
oh my.
But like he finally got Luden, so he can finally like get the push into Lucian a little bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, you knew that's what was happening. You like last picked Azir. You knew this
Hmm.
was the case. But
Yeah. I didn't know why you would want that.
I don't think it would have been that bad. Like the Lucian didn't get that much out of like being Lucian. But
He's just like 1,000 gold up.
that's just like team gold. He hasn't done actually anything to get a gold lead.
He's out farmed and he got 2 tower
Like
plates, so it's more like 500-600 on his own.
he's up like 10 CS at 17 minutes. It's very marginal.
We lose mid tower
So
and probably dragon.
you opt into this fight knowing that you're behind so much gold, or do you
Well,
try to put? I would have just pushed the lane. Like it's so hard to actually take the fight. You did steal the dragon, which
yeah, Finn is doing a ton of
isn't.
damage, but
Uh,
yeah.
like
Like
that'll
Finn
stall
had
the
a nice
game
flank.
now.
We just that that
I
that
mean, not
flank
while it's
could have been
dying
enough
instantly.
to like win the fight. But like the moment the Diana ulti
Ooh,
went only
there's
onto
that
Finn,
bug.
I think you could have. Uh, nice kill by Broxa. But as soon as the Diana ulti only went on to Finn, I think you could have just pressed the go button on everyone and won the fight.
Yeah. I
Because you could have like hit a pretty fat Azir ulti, but I
yeah, I wasn't
wouldn't.
looking. I was trying to look at the flank. I
Yeah,
was not really paying attention to what his ear had.
yeah,
He doesn't have stopwatch, which kind of sucks here. Oh, he Smoothie misses the hook and then just walks forward and
yeah,
dies. It's kind of unlucky.
yeah.
There isn't
But
a.
like,
They get zoned out by like culling.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah.
They probably could
There's
have burst down the, like, you could have dashed
there's
into
maybe
the
an
Lucian,
angle to
walled
like
him, and
commit to the fight. There's
walled
maybe
him.
an
You
angle
have,
to the
yeah, you
fight,
have
but you're
Kaisa ultimate to follow up, and just
it's
burst someone down
prob
like that.
probably too late because your support died for free.
Yeah. And Finn just, oh,
It
he
is
doesn't
proto
die.
belt on Diana.
Yeah, weird.
I I guess I never really pay attention to her mastery. I only pay attention to items. But I, yeah, I'm not sure how useful Conquer is versus Electrocute.
Oh, they're just rushing Baron, and it's gonna be
I mean,
gone. We don't
Kai'Sa's
have any
showing
vision.
bottom lane. It's gone. Kai'Sa's just bottom lane.
Yeah.
That's not ideal. Kai'Sa's still trying to get there. Oh no, they're farming mid. Wait, why is Turtle farming mid?
Why not?
Oh no, Turtle farmed mid when everyone else was trying to fight.
I was pretty confident that was gonna be a trade.
That'd have been really funny. Honestly, I think that kill is actually less important than them just getting mid tower. Or did the minions kill it? No, they didn't. I think mid tower is actually just better
Yeah.
than that kill. Like, killing Impact again? Oh no, you killed the 4-0 set.
The 0-4 set.
Or, yeah, that's what I meant.
Mhm.
Like, he clearly is clearing the wave as they're chasing. This is,
What the heck?
yes.
Holy crap. Imagine if you have an 80 carry.
I mean, I don't think he would have actually been able to get there in time to fight with how the turn went. But it was like really split. They needed a slow chase if they were going to
Yeah.
like if he wanted to if he just ran straight there, they have to chase slower. Um but with what he did,
Yeah.
like you shouldn't have chased at all. He's going Zonia second on his ear.
Kind of have to.
E I don't think you have to. I think
Double 80
Zonia.
carry Diana set. Yeah. I think you have to.
I well, Zonia's like if they get on you, you've already lost. I like there's no peel for you. This is like you're Nazir solo backline basically,
Yeah.
kind of Kai'Sa, but Kai'Sa's diving in. I feel like Zonia doesn't really help you with that. You're gonna
Kaisa,
already
this
have to
Kaisa isn't
fight.
diving in. It's farming mid lane while you're fighting.
Yeah, but that was like conceptually, like just like
God. Yeah, we don't know what to do.
I feel like if you're A, I feel like you should get stopwatch before other components. The stopwatch is like, even if it doesn't give you damage, you're not building Zonias to do any damage. You're building Zonias to play like an animal.
To try and not die a little bit. But
I
Finn
I don't even think.
is like playing with massive cojones, and it's kind of working, but
He's playing Miss Guinevere.
yeah. Finn is like the only reason we're not like tripping Hibbs right now.
I would give the credit to Broxa more so than Finn. Like Broxa super put him ahead. Finn did not play the game well enough to be as strong as he is.
He played a lot of the small trades well, but yeah, Finn and
He
Broxa had,
played the game very poorly. Ian, this is a very bad early game. Like
Yeah,
again, t Finn can like
but
team fight
he's played
fine.
the
He knows
fights
like
extremely well.
he can team fight and he knows like angles. I feel like you actually go in there on Azir with Zhonya's. I feel like you go in and you like look for the miracle play and then shuffle
Maybe.
Zhonya. Granted, they all have flash, so it probably wouldn't
Yeah,
have worked. Disregard.
Flash and they have Baron buffs, and you don't. The issue is you don't have any AOE at CLG. Like Finn ulti
No,
is
but
like one of your best AOE abilities.
Azir's pretty good at existing.
Yeah,
Um, I
I just run
yeah.
with the assumption that Pobelter won't do any damage in fights.
I mean, his build, he won't do any damage for sure. Zhonya's is just so much lower damage than, uh, than Nashor. Goodbye.
Oh,
No.
something? Nope. Okay. Oh yeah, you you went for that pick
On the Flash Zhonya Diana.
without turtle there.
Also, that's also fair, but you're not
So
gonna.
you ulted them over the wall
So
as a Zir.
think of how terrible this situation is. Their solo laner traded in bottom lane, and their other solo laner teleported, and you like can't play the game at all. Like you still just are unable to do anything. That's
Yeah.
so sad.
Well, you essentially don't have a mid laner. Like,
I, I don't know. I don't feel like he's done anything egregiously wrong, but like the game
I
is just like unplayable for Azir. This is such a like hard game
he's
to play
sat
Azir in.
back and not gotten caught, which is really easy to do on his ear.
I mean, but there aren't. Oh my god, he's not gonna die. Why would? Oh, he didn't have. Wait, Pobelter did have ult. Interesting. I feel like he could have gotten that pick. They overchased for it.
Turtle just kind of farms and plays for late game and then doesn't show up in late game. It's weird. It's like, don't worry, I can carry when we get to late game. Then proceeds to bleed 10,000
I
gold
mean,
and can't carry
they
when we get to late
like
game.
they took one actual fight in the whole game, and it was around like uh third drag, and like they got absolutely run over in like the one fight they actually tried to take, and then on like their picks they're just not coordinated enough.
God. Yeah, I knew that game was over as soon as we picked his ear.
I don't even
Pobelter
feel like
can't do
this
anything on
year
it.
was the problem. The problem was just bot lane got railed.
Well,
Like bot lane lost so hard that they couldn't play the game.
bot lane lost hard, but it was also kind of an extension of mid lane losing really hard because bot lane couldn't ever afford to have pressure. And, like,
Why?
it
I
just,
don't agree. Like
like,
Azir had teleport in like a ton of situations and could have matched. Lucian is not like a super threatening roamer. Lucian's roams are terrible. I absolutely don't. I put it on a lot on like they solo died bottom, which sucked, or duo died, whatever, and then got like they just never ever found an angle to do anything, and they just like bled out for 10 minutes straight. They let Tristana take like 9 plates, first tower gold, and the game is just like lost. Like they didn't even get Rift Herald with all the resources they were putting top lane.
Yeah,
Like that's really
they're just so
questionable.
inefficient with where they put their resources, and it never
They,
turns into anything. It's just tragic.
I don't feel like they commit to plays together enough.
Yeah,
Like they'll like someone will see an angle and it may be bad,
that
but
game looked like Broxa trying to get his teammates ahead, Turtle and Finn both trying to 1v9, and Pobelter trying not to get fired.
I, I don't know. I don't know how to speak on that aspect of it. They poured a bunch of resources into top after top like super screwed himself over. It's tough.
I don't
Like
know.
I like there's a lot of problems.
Yeah, there's too many problems to the point where it doesn't feel like fixable, which is an awful place to be.
I don't know. It would be helpful to identify like what's the actual root of what's going on
Mm-hmm.
because it like in so many games it feels like they take like one half-hearted fight when they've already like
Lost the game.
lost the early game
Mm-hmm.
and it just feels doomed. Like last in spring they were like super good at getting like early gold and first blood and
Yeah.
then just would like falter something there. Like they
Mm-hmm.
don't even play the part of the game that they faltered all the time. Like they'll just do
Mm-hmm.
nothing instead. They're like, all right, every lane is just gonna like get run
20 CS
over.
behind.
I mean, conceding all of the gold bottom lane and then like I don't know. I really feel like bottom lane just they got so much gold so early that it felt like there is no avenue for them to get back into the game because there's no team fights. You have to get like really coordinated picks, like
Yeah.
be ready to commit, but they didn't have like that many tools to get them. Like their only tool to get a pick was like Rek'Sai Flash,
Yeah.
and they
And
needed the whole
Nautilus
gold
hook,
wave.
but
Yeah, Nautilus Hook isn't hitting anyone with a
mm-hmm.
brain.
Yeah.
Anyone important with a brain. Like you
I don't
maybe
know.
can hit like a Braum.
Yeah, it feels like we just don't have anything we can do with Poe Belter. And it does cripple our ability to play the rest of the game.
Maybe. I I didn't see anything in that game that screamed out to me that he was the problem. Like again, you can't hear comms, so you don't know if like
Mm-hmm.
he's unwilling to like rotate or make like do anything. But
I I have heard from multiple inside sources that Poe Belter is a very, very selfish player.
maybe I don't have any of that. I don't know.
Yeah. So, well, let's hope it's not a complete disaster for the next game. Thanks for watching, people.